Go back to the other one.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Okay, folks, I'm here to answer any question you may have. I know about life, health, disability, Medicare. I cannot get into deep with Medicare with you for the simple reason that I did not notify CMS, and I got to give them a 60-day notice. Okay, so I cannot talk to you in a meeting as such. But if you want to, I'll be more than happy to meet with you. No pressure whatsoever. I've had the privilege of having Joe as my student. Okay, I work for Pilot Life for 22 years. But anyway, main thing that we buy insurance is, hey, what? Transfer the risk from us over to the insurance company in the event of you have life insurance. Who's your beneficiary? Have you changed your beneficiaries to be current? Okay? Let me tell you what you should do with your beneficiaries. You should probably put what is called a short-term survivorship. Okay, what I mean by that is no funeral home is going to pay a death benefit without a death certificate. It takes around 10 days. I married a good old girl from Farmville, North Carolina. She's a tough little old goat. Okay, and if we get in a car wreck and she outlives by 1 minute, the money goes into her estate. You see, so my wife's got to wait 30 days in order to collect my life insurance money. Okay? So I put that in there just in case she happens to be in a car wreck with me and she would outlive me. I have that in there. A lot of insurance companies, ladies and gentlemen, have what they call accelerated death benefit rider. Meaning that if you're terminally ill or if you go into a nursing home, some of them, they will advance you part of the death benefit while you are alive, to pay bills, to take that bucket list, whatever that you may want to do with it. Okay, so check with your insurance company, and some companies will even allow you to add this to a policy. Okay, even after you have been determined. Okay, so make sure that you take a look at your policy. Make sure the policy does what you want. Okay? I don't like viatical settlements. Viatical settlements are these entities that will buy your life insurance. Okay? And what they will do, you got a $10,000 policy, they may give you $2,000. But then they take over the policy. Now they're owners and beneficiaries. So when you pass away, they keep the money, not your beneficiaries. Some companies will allow you to be able to sell the policy to that company ahead of time. So check with your companies, check with your agent. Okay, one bit of advice I want to give you is, how many of you got a video of your home? A video. Okay, take a camera, make a video of your home completely, check everything. Talk about it. We bought this flat screen TV and we paid X number of dollars. And the reason for that is, in the event of a fire, in the event of breaking in the event of a tornado, whatever, the insurance company says, show me. Tell me what you got. And you don't know how many pairs of shoes. I know you don't know how many pairs of shoes you got, right? At least 2, right? Most guys got 3 pairs. Okay, black, brown, and tennis shoes. That's about it that most of the guys have, right? So, I mean, make a video of your home. And for goodness sake, don't keep that video at home. Take it to the safety deposit at the bank or give it to your children or whatever. Okay? One thing that we just done at my home is that we scanned all the family pictures. Okay? And we put who they are for the simple reason that my daughters don't know my Uncle Waldo and my Uncle Wigbert. Okay, believe it or not, that's their names. Okay, so I put them in there who they are so they will know that for future generations. Okay? Write down what you want your policy to do for you and for your loved ones. If you don't trust her, that she thinks she's going to blow all the money, you can put an insurance company and pay her out in installments so that she will not be able to get her hands on all the money. Or you've got a child who you think is going to do the same thing, make it in installments. Okay? How about your checking account? Is your checking account up to date? Do you have a survivor in your checking account? Because you see, some of us older folks, believe it or not, I don't dye my hair, but I'll be 70 my next birthday. Okay, some of us got old accounts that we may not have at the survivor. Okay, so make sure that your checking account is set up properly. Okay, that you have that set up in there. My daughters, I wrote a little note to my daughters. The good Lord blessed me with 4 daughters, a wife, a mother, and 2 sisters. Now you know why I drink so much, right? I mean, they drive me to drinking. No, I wrote it to my daughters. What to do in the event of my death, where the money is, who to contact. Okay, that way, and one of my daughters looking and says, "Oh, you know, gravy train." Okay, the other daughter says, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Not a thing at all. I'm just trying to make it easy for you." But really, that's what you do with insurance. Your major medical insurance, and I see a few folks who got gray hair over here who are Medicare. Okay, if you got Medicare A and B and a Medicare supplement, you see, for example, this gentleman is my client. Okay, and he was telling me that the policy that I sold him, he pays 0 for anything that he has done by a doctor or by a hospital. Okay, but that's for us seniors. Okay, that we're Medicare. Okay, your disability insurance, not going to steal your thunder there, but to me, TI is the best thing that you can buy. Okay, for the simple reason that that's all we are. We're a money-making machine. And if the machine breaks, okay, then that loved one may have to quit his or her job to take care of you. And you see people who apply for Social Security disability, close to 70% get turned down the first time they apply. Of those who appeal, less than 10% get approved, meaning that 60% of you will never ever collect disability benefits. I like long-term disability. I don't care about short-term disability. They offer you your job, go for the long-term, not the short-term. I do know that we Americans do go for the live from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, but I'm concerned primarily for the long-term disability, not the short-term disability. Okay? Question, folks.
You're asking for a question?
Uh-huh.
Back to the survivorship on your bank account.
Uh-huh.
If you have both your names on the account, do you still need a survivor?
Yes. Okay, for one reason, if you don't have the survivorship in your checking account, okay, if you happen to pass away, you're going to freeze that account in half. And nobody can get that half until the estate of the decedent has been settled, which would be anywhere between 9 months to a year. Okay, so make sure that you have the survivorship. Talk to your banker. Make sure that you have the survivorship right in there in your checking account. Question, folks?
But they cannot get into a money market account, right?
Oh, yes, they can. Oh, money market is nothing more than a checking account. Okay, that they pay a bit more interest than you would get in your regular passbook savings. Okay, but no. So make sure that you set it up correctly. Go talk to a lawyer, make up a will. Okay, my father-in-law, God rest his soul. Okay, he died at 88 years old. There's any man who could take his money with him when he died would have been Jack Darden. Okay, but he didn't. It took my mother-in-law over 30 months to settle his estate because he would not go make a will. Even though I tried to beat him to it, he would not go make a will. Okay, so do go make a will. If you got something simple, go to the library. They got sample wills in there. But if you got something like, if my daughter marries a Cuban, then she's off the will. And by the way, that's where I'm from, okay, originally. I'm from Cuba, but I've been here since 1960. And as a matter of fact, on the 8th, I celebrated my 55th birthday of being in the United States. Thankful to live in the United States, folks, believe me. Very thankful. Okay? Let me do this. Let me pass out some that I give to all my friends and acquaintances and clients of, how can I say, financial preparedness. Okay? I don't think you've seen this one, but Joe. Mm-hmm.
You got them for everybody?
Yes. Yeah, right.
And the long-term disability,
Uh-huh.
you said, again, it seems to be so expensive.
It
That
is.
That if you, just to kind of weigh, is this, however, but it's very expensive.
Let me put it this way. When I lost my job at Jefferson Pilot, deservedly so, the first thing that I did is I bought my long-term disability for the simple reason I was the breadwinner at my house. Okay, and my wife was too old, if you will, okay, to go out and get a job making the same money, so I did. And I'm glad to say, believe it or not, I threw away over $20,000 in premium. Okay, I'm glad that I threw over $20,000 in premium on my disability insurance. Another insurance to buy to consider, although it is expensive, is long-term care insurance. That's for nursing home or home health care if you cannot perform 2 or more of the activities of daily living. Okay, that is not inexpensive, and all those policies, folks, can go up on the premium rates. Okay, your life insurance, if you bought a whole life policy, no. Okay, if you bought a term policy, when you get my age, folks, the premiums really jump through the roof. But you buy insurance to provide for your loved one in the event of your early demise. Okay? Sir?
No.
Oh, okay. Question, folks? Yes, ma'am.
So since term insurance is so high when you get 16 plus, do you recommend that a person get term insurance at that age, or just put aside so much money themselves in their own account?
Good question. Okay, I recommend that you probably want to buy, like, again, what you may think. When I had my daughters, I had $850,000 worth of life insurance on me, term. Then when they got married and everything got out of the house, I dropped my insurance. I bought a policy up for $100,000. Okay, that's all that I have right now as a, how can I say, a present to my wife putting up with me all these years. Okay, really, I'm being very serious. No, but really also to replace my earning power, that I still work and sell here and there and teach. Okay, so yes.
But is it whole life? I mean, I believe in whole life, but I'm talking about term. Do you recommend that people get term insurance?
At the young ages, yes. I mean, I'm going to walk up to this young lady right here, Felicia, and say, Felicia, let's buy a $100,000 whole life policy. Give me $125 out of your budget a month to pay for that whole life. What are you going to tell me, dear? $125 a month for $100,000.
I'm gonna have to look at my budget.
You're going to have to look at your budget. Most people can't.
A lot of those policies, term policies, you buy a term policy, they allow you to convert it over after so many years.
Beautiful. A lot of term, as a matter of fact, sir, all term policies have a conversion privilege.
Right.
Okay, now, there's different from one company to the next. If you leave your job, you can convert that policy. They cannot charge you any extra because you smoke, because you're overweight, because you got health problems. They got to issue it to you at the standard rates. So if you leave your job, you know somebody who's got to lose their job or whatever, they got health problems, you can convert that term policy to individual. Your premium's going to go way up here, but it's going to pay. Okay, so yes. You know a little bit about insurance.
I'm an insurance man.
Are you beautiful?
I do insurance.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes, sir.
So, excuse me, I'm 23 years old and going for a graduate or something, and I'm gonna, when is a good time to, what is a good age to start getting a lifetime insurance policy? And when is a, over the years, if I go from one job to another, how flexible I am as an individual?
What I would do, I would probably, at your young age, 23 years old, term insurance, okay, 2 reasons. One of them is you guaranteeing your insurability, meaning that, let's say you buy 30-year terms, for the next 30 years, regardless of health, you got that policy. Okay, and then if you bought it from a company whose conversion privilege to a whole life goes all the way to the last day, if you develop health problems, you can convert it to permanent. But right now, your young age, I would probably buy at least, don't overlook inflation, okay? at least $500,000 at your young age, 23 years old. You don't smoke,
No, sir.
you don't drink,
No, sir.
you didn't go to East Carolina then, okay? No. No, I would probably buy like $500,000, and the reason I say $500,000 is, you see, I am going to take Ellen on a date, but again, most of us are seniors, but you're a young buck, okay? We're gonna go back, Ellen, to 1963. I'm gonna take her to, before I go pick her up, I'll put 5 gallons worth of gas in my car. Then I'm gonna take her to Greenwood's restaurant, it's to be on English Street, okay, all the way over there, okay? We're gonna both have T-bone steak, baked potatoes, okay, salad, tea, and pie a la mode. No drinking because, well, I have to go out in the car and sneak it in the, you know, from the trunk of the car. Then I'm gonna take her to the movie show. We're gonna go see a movie. I'm gonna buy her popcorn, soft drink, and you know, me being cute, I'm gonna try to sneak mom around here while we're watching the movie, okay? Based on today's dollars, how much you think I've spent? 5 gallons worth of gas, steak dinner, movies.
$5, yeah, that's $2.
That was way back then. Oh, by today.
Right,
Today.
120 to 130. In my day, gasoline was 15.9 cents a gallon. Okay, the steak dinner over here, $10 tips included. Okay, and the movie show was 20 cents to get in. Popcorn was 15 cents. Soft drink was a dime. What I'm trying to tell you is, $500,000 sounds like a lot of money now. Like 20 years from today, maybe like $250,000 at today. So in your planning for insurance, buy enough. You run, really, I tell this to my students. Your job is to either maintain or improve the lifestyle of the survivors. But again, the number one thing that you should buy, young man, are you working or you're still a student?
Still a student.
Still a student. Once you get out, get disability income. To me, that's the most important coverage you can buy. Yes, sir.
I used to tell my clients there, how many times you gonna die? How many times you gonna get hurt on the job? So I tell them, get the disability. You know,
I mean-
even if it's short term, still get the disability.
It's better than nothing at all. I agree with you. Okay, but I'm concerned more about the long term
Right.
for the simple reason that at 23 years old, you see you have not worked long enough to build up a lot of Social Security disability. So yeah, you will not grow much at all. Question, folks, I won't hog the whole thing. These young folks want to speak a little bit more, but take a look at that and ask any question you may have regarding any of those items that I have there. Living will. Would you believe that more than half of them North Carolinians die without a will? Make a will. Leave nothing else, I'll leave everything here to my wife. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you make a will on your own if you you go and have it notarized? I mean, is that sufficient enough to make that kind of a will?
Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
Oh, one more question. Could you reiterate about the checking, about survivorship, and about a probation period and so forth? You know,
Probation period.
if you don't have the survivorship, but.
Okay, then what happens is, if you die and your checking account or anything that you have is not set up correctly, upon your death, they freeze, especially if you have a joint account, you and your husband, okay, they freeze 1/2 of it.
We have survivorship on it, beneficiary.
Yeah, with rights of survivorship on there.
Well, it's
The
a
joint tenants with rights
beneficiary.
of survivorship, is that what it says on the
No,
account?
it says beneficiary. Who is the beneficiary? So that's not the same
That's
thing.
not on checking account, is it?
Yeah, that's on my checking account.
Okay, go to the bank and tell them you want joint tenants with right of survivorship.
Joint tenants.
With right of survivorship on your checking
Okay.
account.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I could sign her checks and she could sign mine. Is that joint survivorship?
Yeah, it depends on how the bank's got it titled, but probably it is if you've got joint names on there. But make sure it's joint tenants with right of survivorship. Okay? Checking accounts, savings accounts, anything you have like that.
And
Okay.
we'll
It's
keep
set
them.
both by name.
But again, right of survivorship, you gotta have that in there, joint tenant survivorship, yes. Okay, folks, I'll be here. If you need me, give me a holler.
We name the kids.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have to say that.